Look at that up there. That is a happy face written in the clouds. That is skywriting in the form of an emoji. And look at this. Whoa, look at the size of this thing. No, 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 no. This mermaid is huge. I said I wanted to see the Little Mermaid. God. Yep, this mermaid is entirely too big. Look at the size of this gift shop though. I'm from Anaheim, California. I grew up next to Disneyland my whole life, and Lord knows there are plenty of gift shops around there. But either in Disneyland or Hollywood or any other California touristy area, we never have gift shops like this. Dude, some of these things are 2 and 3 stories. They're huge. They're full of all kinds of knickknacks like gator heads and pickled sharks and weird little guitars that say Florida on them that can't play music. All kinds of authentic Disney merchandise. Wink, wink. Oh, look at her from this angle. She just looks uncomfortable like that. Well, as much as I love really cheesy gift shops, I think it's time for us to go. Go where? Somewhere where the mermaids are always little, but the dreams are always big. We're going back to Walt Disney World, where dreams come true. Huh. Look at that. It's the old entrance to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Do you know what? I just realized that I haven't even set foot at Disney's Hollywood Studios this entire trip. Let's go. Just make sure we remember where we're parked, okay guys? Film 34 to be specific. This is one time I'm definitely taking the tram. Ugh. Basically the same trams they have at Disneyland, only with this weird diamond pattern in the back. Holes in the seat to drain all the Florida rainwater. And, you know, showing their age a little more.
Hands, arms,
even the same
legs
safety
inside
spiel
while the tram is moving.
All right, looks like we made it. Disney's Hollywood Studios. Look at this entrance, California people. Does this look familiar to you? Ooh, it's a glorious sight. The entrance to Disney Hollywood Studios, which should look very familiar to you. Because if you haven't noticed, the new entrance to Disney California Adventure at Home was basically modeled right off of this entrance to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Both of them, in fact, are just actually paying tribute to an old Hollywood landmark, the Pan Pacific Auditorium. And that's because both of them are themed after Hollywood, California. It's like I'm back at home, California, Hollywood. The real one's full of drunks, it's Hollywood. But this one does not have drunks or hobos and does not smell like urine. Crossroads of the world, a real place in the real Hollywood. And down Hollywood Boulevard here, the main symbol of the park, the Chinese Theater. DCA in California, Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris, and of course Disney's Hollywood Studios. All three are themed, at least partially, around old Hollywood. So whether I'm in Paris or whether I'm in Florida, I always have a little piece of California to visit. There's all kinds of throwbacks to old Hollywood films, old Hollywood landmarks, and these days, a whole lot of Star Wars. Star Wars premiered at Grauman's Chinese Theater, so what better place to put on a Star Wars show than here in Disney's Hollywood Studios? Oh my gosh! Yes! What the heck?
Cyber relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2.
Whoa!
I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication.
Chewbacca! Dude, this is awesome. Wait, where's he going? Pretty cool. What they're doing is showing a whole bunch of clips from the Star Wars movies, and then Star Wars characters keep popping out to make brief appearances. Pretty neat. Ooh, look who's next. Darth Vader. Dude, I know some people don't like Star Wars in the Disney parks, but as a Star Wars fan, I love seeing this guy.
Fear is the path.
Look at freaking Darth Vader and Boba Fett. They're just chilling, hanging out back here. Awesome. I'll never get over how perfectly real the Chinese theater looks here at Disney Hollywood Studios. If you go back a few videos on this channel, well, quite a few videos, you'll see the real Chinese theater in Hollywood, and it's really hard to tell the difference. Except this one doesn't smell nearly as bad. Hi, Chewie! Oh, Chewbacca! Like how epic is it? Chewbacca just waved at me. Look at that. Captain Phasma, Darth Maul, Stormtroopers. Oh. Look at these guys. Ooh, Captain Phasma. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. Ooh, Dark Lord of the Sith himself. Ooh, Boba Fett. The mighty Chewbacca. That is so cool, man. Oh, holy crap. It's kind
Kylo Ren. He looks angry.
That is so freaking awesome. When this park first opened in 1989, it was called Disney MGM Studios. And the Chinese theater was the big symbol of the park. But then for years and years after they changed the name to Disney's Hollywood Studios, they had a giant sorcerer Mickey hat obscuring the view of the theater. By the time I was about to have my first visit to Walt Disney World, they had just removed the giant hat, so I was so stoked to see the theater. But on my first visit, it was blocked by a stage like this that didn't like lower down. It was just this huge stage for Frozen. I remember being so annoyed, like, Frozen, oh come on, more Frozen. Yet if they have this giant Star Wars stage here with Star Wars characters, I'm like, oh, no problem, block whatever you want. Just goes to show you that it's easy to hate on what other people like. Like if you don't like something, it's easy to go, oh, that's dumb. But if it were your thing, you'd be singing a different tune. I know that's how it is with me. Always makes me think twice about complaining about different changes now, you know? Like I may not like a certain change that Disney would do to a park, but then I remember like, well, there's probably millions of people who would love to see that stuff. So, you know. Speaking of Star Wars, I forgot that Disney's Hollywood Studios is the place where they have Walt Disney World's Star Wars launch bay. It's been here for a while, but I've still never managed to actually go into it. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I've like hardly ever been in this part of Disney Hollywood Studios at all. Like I've never seen that Little Mermaid show over there. I've definitely never seen that Disney Junior show. And up till now, I've still managed to never enter the Star Wars launch bay. So let's rectify that, shall we? Ooh, creepy. It's all decked out in First Order garb. That's pretty scary. Meet Chewbacca, meet Kylo Ren. Same as at home. Ooh, let's see if there's anything different. Oh, it's the fuzz. Be cool. From what I understand, most of what they have in here is the same as what they have in Anaheim. Ooh, whoa. Oh, no way. I can already see they have way different stuff here. Check this out. Look at that. Well, okay, fine. It's similar stuff, models and costumes, but it's laid out way differently. This is so cool. Star Destroyer, TIE Fighter pilot, Imperial guy. Prequel thing. Neat. Ooh, a model of Boba Fett's Slave One. Look. There's even a little tiny Boba Fett inside. Aww. Anything from the old school classic Star Wars trilogy just goes right to my heart. Like, ah. So far, I'm loving the new Star Wars movies. I have no problem with them, but I really was not a fan of the prequels. Like, I try very hard to never say anything negative about anything in any of my videos, but one thing I'll say something negative about is those prequels. It's tough because original Star Wars is my favorite thing ever, and the prequels are my least favorite thing ever. It's complicated. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. Look at this. It's one of the pod racers. Whoa, that's crazy. A full-size pod racer. I'm guessing this is from the movie. Most of the props in the launch bay are just made for the launch bay, but this might actually be a movie prop, because I don't know why in the world there'd be any other reason to build a full-size pod racer. And check out that little gimbal that it's sitting on. That looks like it could move around, you know? Pretty cool. Oh, this looks familiar. The Star Wars launch bay scroll. Oh, what is this? That is a full-size Endor speeder bike. Are you freaking kidding me? I wish there was a sign to tell you whether or not this was a film-used prop or just a replica. Either way, I don't care. This is awesome. I want one. Oh yeah, this is laid out very, very differently. Here you got the Meet Chewbacca dealie over there. There's the Meet Kylo Ren over this way. Much bigger setup in here. This isn't too different from home. Rey's speeder and Rey's costume, and of course, BB-8. I love BB-8. Look how handsome he is. You know, before the movie came out, Kathleen Kennedy and a bunch of other people kept referring to BB-8 as a her. But then when the movie came out, BB-8 was a him. What happened there? Still haven't found what I'm looking for, but whoa, look at their canteen. There they are. There they are. This is what they have in Florida that they do not have at home that I have always wanted to see. Inside of the Florida Launch Bay Cantina are Jawas. What the heck? Why don't we have Jawas? Uh-oh. That Jawa stole that lady's droid. This is awesome. Look at it. That one got BB-8. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Freaking Jawas. Whoa. Why don't we have Jawas in Anaheim? Jawas are my new favorite thing ever. Whoa. This is weird. Awesome. Uh-oh. He heard that. Look how sneaky Jawas are. So sneaky. I don't trust them. Look at this. Their cantina has a little gaming nook. And over on the bar, blue milk. Mmm. Oh, he wants a drink. He wants a drink. Service, please. Oh, you can't reach, huh? Oh, this blue milk. I want to try it, but I'm pretty concerned that it would taste like Beverly. Whoa. Oh no. No drink for the Jawa. No drinks for the, oh. This is awesome. Not only are they great droid salesmen, but they're also great mimes. Oh, check this out over here. Look at this little junk area in the cantina. What the heck? It's got C-3PO's arm in here. 3PO's arm and the head of a G2 droid from Star Tours. Dude, holy cow. Goggles from Hoth, a thermal detonator. Look over here. Hoth binoculars. There's a gaffy stick in here. A gaffy stick. Okay, there are a lot of old school original trilogy props in this place. I love it. I love it. All right, moving on. What do we have out here? Oh, more models. Oh, this is all the stuff from Episode 7. Check out the Episode 7 Millennium Falcon. I wonder what it would cost to have someone build you like a legit Millennium Falcon model like this. I need to know ASAP so I can start saving. Exit through the gift shop. Whew. Oh, and what a gift shop. Oh, this. I need this. Whoa, but not anytime soon. Whoa, Darth freaking Vader. For only $4 grand, you yourself can look like Darth. And if you're planning on driving a TIE Fighter or an AT-AT, this might be the place you need to stop by for those sexy fashion accessories. Dude, this is freaking awesome. Millennium Falcon models. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy right here. $299. Pretty good model. The problem isn't just that I don't have $299 at the moment. The problem is that I'm pretty horrible at putting models together. So I don't think I should spend $300 on something that I'm going to immediately ruin. Dude, and look at these. Look at these huge C-3PO and R2 statues. They're almost $500 each. When I was growing up, there were no Star Wars collectibles around. Now there's too many. Run for it. A guy could go broke in there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give the Florida Launch Bay first prize. I cannot wait to see what Star Wars Land has to offer. I would love to go to a Star Wars museum. Ooh, and speaking of museum, oh, I thought they got rid of this. It's the Walt Disney One Man's Dream exhibit. It's pretty much like a little miniature Walt Disney museum. Every single time I've come here, they've said, oh, you better go check out One Man's Dream. It's gonna be closing soon. But every time I come back, it's still here. Look it. It's Walt Disney. I mean, this is nothing compared to the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, but there's still a lot of cool stuff in here. Oh, check this out. It's Walt Disney's 2nd grade desk. On my other channel, I went to Marceline 2 or 3 years ago, and we saw this desk at Marceline's Walt Disney Boyhood Hometown Museum. This is weird. It's like seeing an old friend. There's a whole timeline of here of Walt's time in Marceline all the way through to creating those first cartoons. Here's a reproduction of their old animation tables. Really similar tables to this where they drew the first Mickey Mouse cartoons. This is awesome. Check this out. It's Walt Disney's travel trunk that he went overseas with his wife with. I believe it was this trunk he would have had when he crossed over the ocean on the Queen Mary. And then over here is Walt's desk during the Snow White era. Dude, that is freaking crazy. That is Walt Disney's desk. Silly Symphonies, Three Little Pigs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. All the big decisions were made right there. Okay, check out this miniature diorama over here. Walt Disney built this. Walt loved miniatures. He collected them from all over the place. Miniature plates, miniature furniture, miniature weapons. And he started displaying them in a series of hand-built dioramas. At one point, Walt Disney put those dioramas on display and called them Walt Disney's Disneylandia. I repeat, Disneylandia. It was Walt Disney's first miniature world and pretty much where the name Disneyland came from, so that is a piece of history. Oh, this is so cool. I never noticed this part before. Look it. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. It's a replica of the tunnel under the railroad that leads into Disneyland. It's like a little piece of home. Home. Early Disneyland concept art. A model of my home castle. Okay. Now I'm feeling a little homesick. Oh, look at this. It's a model of the original Jungle Cruise and the original Adventureland. This is so cool seeing these early concept models. Look at that Peter Pan's flight model. A costume from the Golden Horseshoe, Columbia model. And this recreation of Walt Disney talking about Epcot. His experimental prototype community of tomorrow. That part of Walt's dreams really didn't come true, but that was one dream that they really couldn't have pulled off without Walt himself. I often wonder what would the world be like if Walt Disney had lived to build his cities of the future, huh? Ooh, look at this. It's one of the original Lincolns. Check that out. That's a very early animatronic. It's weird. Bob Gurr designed that body. Wait a minute. Mr. Lincoln is nude. Mr. President. And then last but not least, the legacy area. Talking all about Walt Disney World. Cinderella Castle concept art, Spaceship Earth. Ooh, the castle from Disneyland Paris. I want a model of that thing. Paris has my favorite Disneyland castle. Especially because there's a dragon underneath it. If you've never seen it, go back and check out my Disneyland Paris videos. Oh my gosh. What the heck? It's the rocket! It's the freaking Rocketeer's jetpack. I loved that movie as a kid. What am I talking about? I still love that movie. That is what I want for Christmas. I want the rocket pack. Pretty cool to see all the things that Walt Disney's dreams led to. They also have a movie that plays in there about Walt Disney and his various dreams, and it's basically the movie version of walking through this display. If you're interested in Walt Disney or Disney history at all, I strongly recommend you check this place out. I am really glad that that is still here. Walt Disney was a visionary and a genius and one of my heroes. It's nice to see that there's more Walt Disney in Walt Disney World than just the name. Here's another area I've hardly ever been inside of, the Pixar Studios area. Check this out, there's army men doing stuff. And then check out all this stuff over here. A gift shop themed around a giant battleship board. Mr. Spell saying things. Oh no, and somebody opened up the barrel of monkeys. Now there's monkeys everywhere. Dude, my dad loves barrels of monkeys. When we were kids, he'd always bring them on road trips. Like, here you go, play with this barrel of monkeys. But they were never this big. Woo, look at all this stuff. Woody's got a whole side business selling pretzels over here. This is where you have the Florida version of the Toy Story Midway Mania. And you can even go inside of this building and meet Woody and Buzz. They're right in there. Can you see them? Kind of hard. What the heck are those monkeys doing? Hey, no playing with matches, monkeys. It's really weird. I wonder what they're going to do with the whole Pixar Studios area once they finish building Toy Story Land. Oh yes, that's right. They are building a whole land themed around Toy Story. But I'm assuming we'll be right past there. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, Andy, you left your toys out again. That kid, I swear. Weird. I wonder what they were doing before we walked up and they froze. Hey, Rex. Say something to me, buddy. I won't tell anyone you spoke. Come on, please. Oh, check it out. They have some Toy Story Land concept artwork back here. I really haven't been paying that much attention to Toy Story Land just because I've been so distracted by Star Wars Land coming. So I really haven't looked at any of this yet. Look at that. Looks very similar to the giant Buzz Lightyear in Paris. That's pretty cool. Ah, they're gonna have a ride themed around the Claw. The Claw is our master. Oh wow, this looks cool. If you saw my video about the Pixar play area in Disney Paris, you can see the way that they themed that all so that you felt really small and everything felt really giant, like giant Tinker toys and Legos. We're looking here, giant jacks and a ball. That area in France is very, very tiny, but it does a really good job of making you feel like you're one of the toys. Dude, holy cow, and here they're gonna have a Slinky Dog roller coaster. This looks promising. This looks like it's gonna be really good. Now they had to get rid of their whole old school backlot area that was supposed to be set up like a backlot of a movie studio, and I think originally when they built this place they planned on filming movies here. From what I understand, there's almost nothing left of it back there. It's all just a memory now. But I mean, come on, we're getting a Toy Story Land. I love Hollywood Studios. Look at this. Jim Henson, George Lucas, Roger Rabbit, the Rocketeer. I bet he would have signed Cliff Secord, but no one would have known who that was. Speaking of the Rocketeer, I just remembered that jetpack in One Man's Dream isn't the only Rocketeer jetpack here. Last time I was here, there was still another Rocketeer tribute over this way. Let's see if it's still here. There's been a lot of rumors lately that they're gonna reboot the Rocketeer franchise with a girl Rocketeer. And then Cliff Secord, the old Rocketeer, will be her mentor. Oh, it's still there. Look at Peavy's Polar Pipeline. Peavy was the mechanic that helped the Rocketeer control the jetpack. Mostly by inventing the helmet Cliff Secord uses to steer. Dude, if you've never seen the Rocketeer, drop what you're doing right now and go watch it. Look at that. The Rocketeer's helmet and the Rocketeer's jetpack. It's the rocket! Ah, heck yeah. They won't let me get any closer, but I want that. Such a cool movie. Such a cool little tribute hiding right there in the corner. We didn't come to Hollywood Studios at all last week when Allie and London were here, so when she comes back tomorrow, hopefully we'll be hitting this park. Because even though a lot is changing with Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land construction, there's still a lot to see and do here. So much cool Star Wars stuff here. Look at the size of that AT-AT/AT-AT, whatever you want to say. That is so freaking friggin' cool right there. Oh, it is hot out here. I am sweating from every crevice. Maybe it's time to get a little food. The Backlot Express is my go-to food place in Hollywood Studios. They used to have a prop from Roger Rabbit sitting out here. It was the Weasel's truck. Oh no, looks like they weaseled their way out of here. Oh, air conditioning. Ooh, gluten-free. Ooh, I love these Halloween cups. Gluten and dairy-free chicken tenders and fries and barbecue sauce. Oh, I'm so full. Keith? How long have you been sitting there? Ugh, I'm too full to get on any rides right now. I need something that's not a ride. Someplace I can sit down and digest. Wait a minute. I know what I can do. Speaking of things that people keep saying are going to disappear before the next time I come, the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. Oh no, Epic Stunt Spectacular. It's still here, man. For now. They keep saying they're gonna get rid of it. Possibly. Every single time I come here, people are like, oh, it probably won't be here by the time you get back. But it's still rocking. Oh, Keith. Misters. Oh, excuse me, mister. Thank you for touching me. Ooh, feels so much extra jungler. Feels extra jungular. There you go, nailed it. Ah, mister, could you stop spitting on me? Oh, wow. Full house already. Dude, look at the size of those fans. And I'm not talking about the people who broke their diet in the audience. I'm talking about these things. Huge. I don't think they stock ceiling fans that big at Home Depot. He's a big fraud. You told me Harrison Ford would be here. I don't even think that's really Steven Spielberg, Keith. Indiana Jones and the Blue Tractor of Mystery. I love that Indiana Jones stunt show. I hope they don't get rid of it. Oh, look it over here. I love this over here. I almost always forget to point this out. See it up there on that window to the right? It says Eddie Valiant, private investigator. And look at the silhouette that's broken through the blind. Please notice my detail. Please. That was weird. My voice squeaked. It was bad, Roger Rabbit. You do it. I can. Please, come on. Please. Oh man, I couldn't do it. My voice cracked. That's so funny, dude. Back to the car. Allie is coming back to Florida tomorrow. And she's taking that red-eye flight, which means she gets here super early in the morning. Which means right now, really what I should be doing is going back to the hotel so I can edit this and go to bed. Of course, what I should do and what I do are usually two different things. I don't think I'm ready for bed yet. You know what? I can't go to bed. At least not Yeti. Not Yeti. That's funny. You guys can see where this is going, right? Who can sleep when the option is open to visit another Disney theme park? Disney's Animal Kingdom. The sun is going down, so we better do this quickly. We must leave the Tree of Life and journey into the mountains. The Forbidden Mountains. Made it with just enough time to ride Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. Here it is. The Himalayas! Welcome to the Himalayas! So what Keith has just been telling me is that when you go on Expedition Everest, you are not actually traveling to Everest, you're traveling to the Forbidden Mountain, which is supposedly An actual real mountain in the Himalayas. That's good. Wait, so which one of those peaks is supposed to be Everest then?
The last one, the third one.
On the right, the far right?
The one on the far right.
So basically, these are the Himalayas. This is Everest here, and you never get to Everest because you get stopped inside the Forbidden Mountain by the giant Yeti. I probably should have said spoiler alert. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Animal Kingdom is one of the most gorgeous places on the freaking planet. Oh, what's Keith doing? Oh, you're over here getting a picture of the shrine.
See, so the Yeti in the middle of the shrine is in the middle of the mountain.
Oh, I see. So this shrine matches the peaks of the mountains behind it. Over here's Everest, and over here inside the Forbidden Mountain is the dreaded Yeti. If he/she is a dreaded Yeti, doesn't that mean we should call her Dready?
The dreaded Yeti.
It is a female, right? The Yeti is a girl? A boy? A man? A woman?
I don't know. Maybe if it worked correctly, you'd know.
Well, by golly, Keith, you're right. The shrine matches up with the mountains. I would have never noticed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You use your Georgia tracking expertise on that one.
I know a little bit more than Georgia sometimes.
See, I have to end today's video with a bang, and I'm pretty sure this is the perfect place. I'm ready. Dude, I am getting so freaking stoked. Yes! It is time, Keith. It's time. Whoa, here we go. Yes, welcome to the Himalayas. Oh, I see Epcot. I also see my greatest fear. The greatest fear. Heights and Keith. Whoa. We come to a sudden stop here. I feel things happening. I feel things happening. What is that? What is that? Oh my goodness! I did it! I've done my duty! Now I can go home and sleep well.